everybody. Welcome to Cooking with Lady D. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. All right. Today, we're going to quickly go through what you need to do to make a really good stuffing, a really good holiday stuffing, okay? So I basically cooked everything. Let me turn this down. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Kind of loud. All right. So we're going to do a holiday stuffing. And what prompted me to do it today was, I woke up this morning and I was going to make some eggs. But then I said, dang, I forgot I don't have any eggs. So I ran on to the store. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? We making holiday stuffing. So I went to the store and to get a carton of eggs. And hey, guess what? They only had like 8 dozen eggs left. And I'm like, what? You know, hey, this is a serious thing. The stores are selling out. So based on that, let me go ahead on and do my stuffing in the event you guys want to go ahead and buy your ingredients. All right. So I went on ahead and I pre-cooked a lot of things. Okay. So this is going to be a really quick video for real, for real. All right. So what I have in this bowl here for starters, I have pork sausage. Okay. It's a mild pork sausage in this bowl. You don't have to use sausage if you don't eat pork. You know, you can use maybe a turkey sausage, or I do also know that there's this sausage that my daughters use, and it's plant-based, but they got a spicy one and it's so good. It's really good. So that's the meat. In this bowl, I already cooked Jiffy cornbread. Okay, Jiffy cornbread. I went on ahead and I made my Jiffy cornbread, chopped it up and put it in that bowl. The next bowl, I sauteed or caramelized onions in here, red onions, green onions. I got peppers in here, green, orange, and red peppers are in here. There's some garlic in here, and there's celery in here. Now, if you don't like some of these ingredients, you can leave these out. You don't have to add these to your stuffing at all, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get started, because basically the only thing we're doing is now bringing all of this together, okay? Hi, Marcia. We're making some stuffing, some holiday stuffing. All right, so I have in my pot already, I melted 1 stick of butter. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. And to this stick of butter, I'm going to put some chicken broth. Now, because I'm only making a small amount, because I'm going to my kids' house for Thanksgiving, but had I been cooking for a family, all the recipes that you see I have today, I would double up. So I'm going to go ahead on, and this is chicken broth. It don't matter what brand. I think this is Progresso. I buy whichever one is on sale. So I'm going to go ahead and put this chicken broth in this pan. And I want to bring this to a boil. And I'm going to show y'all how we do this. Now, some people say, are you making stuffing or are you making dressing? And what's the difference? Well, I find there is a difference. Only because I'm thinking it's a difference. It may not be a difference whatsoever. But I look at dressing. When I was growing up, we had dressing because my dad used to make the cornbread out of cornmeal. Okay? He would, you know, get the cornmeal and put it in the cast iron pot and, you know, mix it up and put it in the oven. So because he used the cornmeal, that to me, that's like a dressing, because, you know, you're doing some things from scratch. And even for the seasonings, I didn't grow up on this here, okay, which I'm going to use. Petra's Farm, I like the herb seasoning. The dressing that I grew up on that my folks used to make, they used to create their own dressing, whether it's dried up bread or the cornmeal they use, but I call that dressing. I call this stuffing, because basically everything I'm putting in is really prepared for me. So I'm not doing anything from scratch. I'm just cooking and putting it together. All right. So I just want to bring this to a boil, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3. You watch me. I hope you all enjoying your Sunday. This is so good. What I'm drinking, blood orange San Pellegrino. I'm drinking some of that today. Okay, so we're just waiting for this broth to come to a boil. And I'm telling you, within the next 4 or 5 minutes, this is going to be going in the oven. And once I put it in the oven, you'll leave it in the oven for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, take it out, and it's done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up taking a picture of it once it's done. And if you're watching me on Facebook, you know, that's the only way you'll be able to see the picture. If you're not watching me on Facebook and you're on YouTube watching me, hey, you can just go to Cooking with Lady D and join us there at Facebook. Because I put things on Facebook that I don't put on YouTube. All right, it's getting kind of hot. We're about to add the herb seasoning. And I figured it's okay to cook it today because, hey Myrna, I'm making some Thanksgiving stuffing. You guys, hey listen, at that Lawton Academy, honey, did y'all have Thanksgiving yet? I know you're always having, you're celebrating with a lot of good food over there. Good afternoon. All right, so I'm letting this get warm, get hot, bring it to a boil. I'm going to go ahead and put all these ingredients together. We're going to put it in the oven. And like I said, it's going to stay in the oven for about 35 minutes or so, but we won't see that here. Not yet, right? But listen, I'm watching the pictures on Facebook. I'm always watching the pictures of your beautiful school. So I'll be giving you those thumbs up when I see it. I know the food going to be good. Your parents, they are awesome, Myrna. What a blessing. Your parents at the school are awesome. Okay, it's kind of hot. And one reason I said it's okay for me to do it today is because I'm going to put this in the freezer. Okay? Thanksgiving is actually only about a week and a half away. And when you make the stuffing at least this way, it can stay in the freezer for, I say, no more than about 6 weeks. You know, some people leave their things for 3-4 months. I don't go that long. After 6 weeks, I start to throw away stuff. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding the herb seasoning, Petri Farm. So I added it in. I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to turn this down. After your pot gets warm, you go ahead and turn it down. You could actually turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. So I put that whole bag, and now I'm turning it. I turned it off, and I'm just incorporating, you do it a little bit faster, the broth into the herbal season. See that? But this way, it's like a stuffing already, okay? Now, what I'm going to do next, because that's enough of that, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it in this pan. Because this is where I'm going to mix everything together in this aluminum pan. It's just that easy. When I tell you it's going to taste good, let me tell you something. I know people that don't eat stuffing. But once they got a taste of my stuffing, they like, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So for my stuffing, I'm just using 2 seasonings. I'm going to use my sassoon that I love, and I'm going to use some black pepper. All right? 2 seasoned. I'm going to put some garlic in there also. All right. Put 2 packs of sassoon in there. I have minced garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons. Drop that on in there. Just rub that around a bit. I'm going to get some black pepper to sprinkle over. Where's my black pepper? Okay, I'm going to put some black pepper. And of course, you put whatever seasonings you like. But I like to keep seasoning simple for certain dishes. And once again, this is a herb seasoning bag. So there are seasonings already in here. So there's no sense of me complicating it by adding additional seasoning. All right, so now that I have that mixed in there, I'm going to go ahead on and take the sauteed vegetables that we have here. Red onions, yellow onions, celery. I also have the 3 peppers, green, red, and orange. Now, if I was cooking for my family, I wouldn't put the peppers in. They don't like the peppers. I would just do the yellow onions, the red onions, and the celery. So I would leave the peppers out, and I would, of course, have the garlic if I was cooking for my family. But this is actually going to be for my house. It's going to be for over here because they're going to do their own thing for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to mix that up. So next thing I'm going to do, remember this is a Jiffy cornbread mix. So I'm going to just go ahead and put in a Jiffy cornbread mix. And again, I call this a stuffing. not a dressing. Because I look at a dressing if I were to make my, rather than Jiffy cornbread, if I was to use cornmeal, I can make it that way as well. I can also use cornmeal. But most of the time, you know, to make things quick, Jiffy is just as good. It's just as good. So you make your Jiffy the regular way in the oven. And once it comes out, hey, you're good. Okay, next I'm going to just go ahead and add my meat. And this is pork sausage. And when I cook the pork sausage, the oils that the sausage makes, I didn't drain those oils. So I left those oils right in. I left the oils in the pan. Let me pull it over a little bit closer so you can see. I have a cup of water there in case I need it. But it looks like this is a lot. I may take some of this over to my kids after all. Hey, Nicole! How you doing, honey? I am making some stuffing, honey. Thanksgiving stuffing. Now, this is the kind of stuffing that you don't want to leave off your plate. Now, there's different. There's stuffing. There's stuffing. This is stuffing. You don't want to leave this off your plate. Okay. And it's just that easy. It's just that quick. So let me just go ahead and finish stirring it around a bit. And see, now this was just one box of Jiffy cornbread mix. One box. And one package of the herbal or the herb seasoning, Petri Farm, the blue bag, I like. And sausages and something. This is what we got. All right, so it's about ready for the oven, but before I do that, I need to taste it. And it's okay to taste right now because all of this is actually cooked. Good, looks good. Yes, honey, it is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and taste some of it right now. Oh my goodness. This is really, really good. When I tell you, this is the stuffing, I don't even have to put any water in it. Sometimes I'll leave a little water, and if I did, I would just, a little like that, if you feel that there's not enough moisture, or if you didn't keep the oil from the sausage. But the oil from the sausage is mixed in here too, so this is definitely not going to be dry. All right, so now that I taste it, what I can do, I can go ahead and put my egg in there. I have one egg. I'm going to whip it up. And I use the egg just as a binder. Notice I taste it before I put the egg in. I don't eat raw eggs. So anything with eggs, I like to make sure that's cooked. So we're just going to go ahead and put an egg over it. Stir that in. And the oven, well, I thought the oven was preheated. I forgot I cut the oven off, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and preheat this oven to 400. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold that egg in here. It's just a binder, actually. God, it looks so good. This thing tastes good too, honey. And this is the stuffing. And I'm glad I did decide to come on and do this today. Hey, Cynthia, you made it on. So you're going to have, Cynthia, when you get a chance, just go back from the beginning, because it's a short video, to take a look at how we made this stuffing. I'm glad I did it today, because I still want to show you how to do my turkey. I want to show y'all how to do my yam. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the ham. I may wait for Christmas for the ham, okay? But I am going to put some more desserts out there. But there's so many other things I'd like to cook also. But I want to get this out the way, because you guys may need to go on out there. I suggest you go, if you're going to be cooking, or you know somebody that's going to be cooking, advise them to go out and buy the ingredients now. All right, now I got some egg wash. This is just the yellow part of the egg. And this just gives it extra little crisp on top. Just gonna rub some across. Gonna make it a nice extra crisp on top. All right, and I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 35 minutes, 30 minutes on 400. And of course, you check your, your stove. Just make sure that it's there long enough because you want that egg binding to cook. And then once it comes out, bam, she ready. I'm gonna put her on the lower rack. All right, well actually I had out a smaller pan. I had out a small pan because I didn't realize that it was gonna make so much. So I just kept it in the aluminum pan. Hey Dolores, hey cuz, how you doing? All right, so that stuffing, honey, is in the oven. All right, and it should be ready in about 35 minutes or 40 minutes. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna come back on, but I will post a picture. I will post the picture. Okay, I won't come back on, but I will post a picture of what it's looking like so you guys can have an idea. But yeah, go on out there and get those ingredients, honey. Get those ingredients. And that's it. See, this is a short video today. Listen, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you so much. Thank you for joining me, and we're going to talk later. If you didn't get a chance to see the full video, just go ahead and rewind it. It's a short video, okay? Peace.